Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a brand new recipe. I hope that you all are doing well, and I would request you guys that if you like my recipes and you find them easy, simple and quick, then please subscribe to my channel and please give me a thumbs up. So today's recipe is all about bread. I'm going to show you different things that you can make with one dough. So let's start off with today's recipe. First of all, let's make the dough. So in 22 ounces of lukewarm water, I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of olive oil. You have to make sure that the water is lukewarm. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of caster sugar. And I'm going to add 14 grams of yeast. I've got instant yeast. You can add any yeast. I'm adding 14 grams of yeast to 800 grams of self-raising flour. Mix it all together. Make sure that no lumps are formed and everything is mixed well. Once the liquid is mixed properly, in 800 grams of self-raising flour, I've added 1 teaspoon of salt, and now slowly by slowly I'm going to add the liquid and I'm actually going to mix the dough. We need to mix the dough well, we need to knead the dough well. So knead the dough for about 5 minutes, that should be enough, until the dough is soft. So now after 5 minutes my dough is done. I'm actually going to let it rest. I'm going to let it rest for 8 hours. You can let it rest for minimum 6 hours, and you can even let it rest for overnight. So whilst my dough is resting, let's start on the fillings. So I'm going to make 2 types of fillings. One with mince and one with chicken. So the ingredients that I have got here is green chilies, which is optional. I have 8 green chilies because I'm going to divide them between 2 fillings. I've got 1 whole red green pepper, 1 whole green bell pepper. I have onion. I have ginger and garlic paste. I have leek, and I have cabbage. I have 400 grams of chicken, boiled and shredded, and I have 400 grams of lamb mince. I have 2 eggs for coating. So on my cooker I've actually got 2 pans, and I've actually warming them up. So now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil in 1 pan. Now we're going to use different ingredients in the different fillings. So in the chicken filling, I'm actually added cabbage, leek in the pan, and I'm going to let it saute. In the other pan, I've also added 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and in that I'm actually going to add in the onions and ginger garlic paste. I will link the recipes down below of the ingredients to see how much quantity you need for each filling. So now we're going to let the cabbage and the leek saute, and also the onions and the ginger garlic saute. Keep on mixing both the ingredients. So now that the ginger and garlic and the onions done, I'm actually going to add the mince in the pan, and I'm going to let the mince brown. Once the mince changes color, then we'll add in the spices. In the chicken pan, I am actually going to add the peppers in now for the chicken filling, and I'm going to also divide green chilies between both the pans. Mix it well. We're not going to use any water in our ingredients because we are making the fillings for a bread dough. We need our fillings to be dry, not watery. So now I add the chicken inside the pan that is for the chicken filling. My chicken was boiled and shredded. I'm going to mix the chicken and the rest of the ingredients together. Keep on mixing both the fillings so it doesn't get burnt. Now let's add in the spices. So in the mince pan, I've actually added 1 pinch of cumin or half a teaspoon of cumin seeds. I also have added half a tablespoon of onion in the mince filling pan, half a tablespoon of turmeric powder, and half a tablespoon of red chili powder. Red chili powder is optional. You don't need to use that if you don't want to. Half a tablespoon of paprika powder. Mix all the ingredients in well with the spices. Now at this time I'm going to add in half a lemon juice in the mince pan. Lemon juice is also a meat tenderizer, and it actually helps to tender the meat if you need it to be cooked quickly. It will also give the mince a tangy taste. Now at this stage my mince is done, so I'm going to let it cool down. So now comes the chicken filling pan. I've added half a tablespoon of paprika, half a tablespoon of red chili powder. Red chili powder again is optional. Half a tablespoon of turmeric powder, half a tablespoon of salt, and I'm going to add a pinch of red chili flakes. Red chili flakes are also optional. Mix all the ingredients and spices again. Now both of my fillings are done, so I'm going to let them cool down. To do that, I'm going to actually transfer both the fillings into separate bowls, and I'm going to actually put them in the freezer for 5 to 10 minutes because I'm in a hurry. You guys, if you want to, can let them cool down normally, or if you guys also are in a hurry, you can use the same procedure. Just transfer them into a bowl and put it in the freezer for a few minutes. Whilst the fillings are cooling down, my dough is ready, and as you can see, is all risen up. So on my worktop now, I'm actually gonna dust some flour. I'm gonna put all the dough on the worktop, and I'm gonna knead the dough. We're going to knead the dough until the stickiness of the dough goes away, so it's easy to handle. So when we pick up the dough, it's not sticking to our hands. It will roughly take about 5 to 6, 7, 8 minutes and the dough will be done. Now at this time I've actually preheated my oven to 200 degrees Celsius. So to check that your dough is done, if you press your finger onto the dough, and if the dough comes back up, springs back up, that means that the dough is done. So now that my fillings have also cooled down, I'm going to make an egg wash. I've actually going to get 2 eggs, beat them, put some water inside there, make an egg wash. So now let's start making our buns. So first of all, I have got this baker's knife, you call it. You can use a normal knife, but if you have a baker's knife, that's fine. So I'm going to divide the dough. I'm going to roll the dough out now. So I'm going to make a plaited stuffed bread. So for that, I need the dough to be rolled out, and it has to be an oval shape. So I need a long oval shape to be rolled out. Just keep on dusting your worktop because we don't want the dough to stick to the worktop. One thing I would like to point out, I'm not a professional baker, I'm just a housewife and a house cook. So if any professional baker out there does not agree with my technique, then I would like to apologize right now. Like I said, I'm just a housewife and I'm just sharing my knowledge with the rest of you. So now in the middle of the dough, I'm gonna put the filling in one line. So make sure that it's in the center. You leave 2 inch from the top and 2 inch from the bottom. So don't put any filling in 2 inch from the top and 2 inch on the bottom, because those two, top and bottom, need to be tucked in. So now I'm going to get a knife and now I'm going to cut out strips. Now make sure that each strip that you have cut out is exactly the same size. You can use a ruler at this point. Or you can cut out one side strips like I am doing, and you can use the other side by going back to the first side that you've cut and just make sure that they are the same, on the same line. I hope this is the right way of explaining to you. I'm using chicken filling in my plaited bread. You can use mince or any other fillings that you want to make. So now that the lines are cut, as you can see, now I'm going to plait my bread. So the top, I'm going to press it down, and then I'm going to pick up one by one of the strip and plait it in, just like a normal plait that you would do. We don't need to use any egg wash or anything to actually stick it. It will stick it by its own self. Now there's one thing else with a dough. With a dough, you need to actually work quickly, otherwise it actually starts softening up, like you will see that mine has, and then it gets difficult to actually pick up. But with 2 spatulas, I'm actually picked up the bread, as you can see, and I've greased an oven dish with oil. You can use a parchment paper if you want to, but then again, the reason why I grease my oven dish and use the oven dish is that because I have a fan assisted oven, and if I don't use this technique, my bottom of my bread or my cakes or my scones do not turn golden brown. So now I'm going to egg wash the bread generously. So now that the plaited bread is done, I'm going to roll out another piece of dough. Now this time I'm going to make a bun, a stuffed bun. So in a round shape of the dough, I'm going to cut it into square. So if you just cut the edges off and make a square shape. Now I'm going to use the mince filling. So I've added 3 tablespoons of mince. Now pick up the corners, all of them, and tuck it in underneath and just give it a round shape. It's very easy, it's not difficult at all. Now you can actually put this in the oven dish as it is now. It will turn out to be a stuffed round bread bowl, but I've actually bought a pastry cutter from Amazon, and I am actually the extra dough that I cut off, I've actually got that together and I'm actually rolling that out. Now with the pastry wheel cutter, I'm just gonna roll it on my on the dough, and now it just turns out to come out as a pattern. So then I pick up that bread dough and I put it back on top of the bowl, and I just tuck it back at the bottom, and it's just a design. You don't need to do that. You can just, if you don't have the wheel, pastry wheel, you can just make the bread ball and that's fine enough. So now I'm going to also egg wash this bowl. Now I'm going to make what you call an empanada, but an empanadas are actually fried. So this one I'm going to use the shape of the empanada and also the fillings, but I'm actually going to bake it instead of frying it. What I'm trying to do in this video is I'm trying to share with you different ways and different shapes of bread doughs that you can make. So these are only a few shapes that I know that I actually use. So now also with a pastry cutter I've cut out the ends, and now with a fork I'm actually going to press the ends in, and this is going to be a baked empanada. I'm also going to egg wash this, and now I'm going to put this oven dish in a 180-degree oven. Now I've got some more dough and I'm rolling it out. I've got a muffin tray here, and I'm actually going to spray the muffin tray with some olive oil. I also have some pastry cutters. I've got this, and I'm using the bigger size, and what I'm actually trying to do is I've cut it into a round circle, and the bottom circle I've actually put inside the muffin tray. Now I'm going to put some chicken filling in that, about 1 tablespoon. Now I'm going to cut another round circle out, but a bit bigger than the one I've already cut it. So I'll repeat myself again. You need to cut out a circle, and the circle should fit the muffin tin. You put it inside an oil muffin tin, and you can put any filling you want to inside it, but 1 tablespoon. Then you roll out your dough and you cut another circle, but it has to be a bigger size than the previous one you cut, and you just put that on top of the filling, and with your fingers just press it in. There's no need to put egg on to glue it, or any slurry to glue it. It will actually, the heat will actually make it stick together itself. Then you egg wash it, and I'm going to carry out making 5 more, but I'm going to use 3 mince filling and 3 chicken filling. So after they are made, they come out as a cupcake or a muffin type. So basically that's another idea of stuffed bread muffins, or you can say stuffed bread cupcakes, but they come out like that shape. You can actually serve it in parties, you can have it, or for snacks, lunch boxes, children. What I'm trying to do in this video is I'm trying to just give you ideas of different things you can make with bread. So now I have made 6 of these. I've egg washed them. Now they are also going to go in the oven. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make stuffed buns. So I have a dough and I've actually cut them into 4 equal pieces. I'm going to roll them out and I'm going to put the filling inside. So now I'm going to pick up the corners, all the edges, and now the extra dough I'm going to cut off, and that's it. Just roll it underneath and the bun is done. So now in a small oven dish, I'm going to spray it with oil, generously spray it with oil, and lay the buns together. Now this dish can hold up to 6 buns, and my dough will make 6 buns. But the buns have to lie down together in the dish. They shouldn't be separate. So the first one I did mince, the second one I'm doing chicken. And just like that, I'm going to do 1 mince, 1 chicken. And I'm going to put them in the dish together. As you can see, 6 buns are done. Now I'm going to egg wash them and put them in the oven. Now each of my baking item needs 30 minutes in the oven. You can put all of them together at the same time, or you can put it separately. But after 30 minutes, the bread is done. So the temperature should be 180. So now after half an hour, all my bread is done. And as you can see, these are the small muffins or cupcakes that they have come out. The bread roll has come out, the plaited bread has come out, the baked empanada, they all come out. So basically my idea of today's video was to share with you different things you can make with one bread dough. I hope you liked my video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you'll try it. And from me, take care. Bye from me.